My brothers and sisters, we have finally made it. Our main character Yuji has given us some JJK masterclass peak fiction. I mean, this is one of the greatest reveal chapters for a long time coming, and it was so satisfying to finally see Yuji cook. Yuji has really stopped the nonsense and locked in. And when I say locked in, my brother, he is phenomenal. He is about to change everything. After everyone else has failed, Yuji rises to the occasion. And now the editor says Yuji is not only Sukuna's equal, but by the end of the chapter, he's actually surpassed him. So without further delay, let's dive into this week's insane spoilers. Gege actually cooked. At the very start of the chapter, Sukuna gives his thoughts in a flashback regarding Yuji's growing power throughout the series. And what he especially points out is how long ago Sukuna ate his own twin brother while within their mother's womb in order to survive. However, somehow the soul of his dead brother was used by Kenjaku, and that led to the creation and reincarnation of Yuji. This is what Sukuna meant when he said Yuji was from quote-unquote that time, and he mentioned Kenjaku does the grossest things. So it's confirmed, Yuji and Sukuna are reincarnated family members, meaning this is actually 100 times more effed up because the twin soul reincarnated into Jin Itadori, Yuji's father, and Kenjaku took over Kaori, Jin's wife. They banged and they had Yuji. So it's more like Yuji is Sukuna's nephew, so to speak. And trust me, the more you think about it, the worse it actually gets. So just know that Yuji is still related to Sukuna, and he is like a love child of Kenjaku and his twin brother. This also means Yuji could have the same kind of potential as Sukuna. After all, this is like his secret family member, and for most of the series, Yuji's power has been hidden and yet to be understood. But now we have finally made it. The ultimate Shinjuku showdown. Old blood versus new blood. A fated battle that was 1,000 years in the making. The demon god versus the king of curses. And instantly Yuji goes straight to work. Sukuna basically only has one good arm to work with, and he uses it to parry and fire off slashes during this fight. Yuji evades, and he instantly lands 2 consecutive black flashes back to back. Next, Sukuna pushes Yuji away, and my god, Gege really is giving us a 5-star meal this chapter. Yuji Itadori is actually using a form of Sukuna's shrine curse technique, and we see Yuji's version here is like cleave. So when he touches the pillar, cutting lines appear and slice the target. Sukuna fires off his slashes to defend himself. Meanwhile, Yuji tries to cut off Sukuna's leg using the same kind of technique. When Sukuna fires off his dismantle, Yuji does not care at all and straight up tanks the attack and hits him with a 4th black flash. Because of Yuji belonging to the modern era sorcerers of today, the curse technique representation is a bit different for him than it is for like Sukuna's version of cleave. However, it's still mind-blowing that Yuji is actually able to use this shrine curse technique at all. Yuji's curse technique output is still low because the power is very new to him, and this actually is the very first time that he's using it. In a flashback, Ino is shown asking Gojo and Shoko and Ichichi if he can use Nanami's curse technique engraved into his blunt knife. Of course, Gojo encourages him to use it since, after all, Nanami trusted Ino more than anyone, and now in the present, Ino actually uses his fabled Ryu summon from his seance technique. By far, this is Ino's strongest offensive summon, and it even caught Sukuna by surprise. So he takes that chance to jump in and rush Sukuna with Nanami's blade. This distraction gives Yuji a chance to land a 5th black flash. And really what's funny to me is to see how Sukuna is just disgusted that Yuji is actually landing black flashes like he's used to it, like he's the main character. He thought this was still Sukuna Kaisen, but he is enraged at the thought that Yuji intends to stand on equal ground with him. And you know, if it was anyone else, I bet Sukuna would actually be happy, but no. Because this brat that he downplayed the whole entire series is reaching this level, he has to reach new levels of hating. Sukuna really tries this time. He breaks the environment and wants to catch Yuji by surprise and fire off his slashes, but he can't help but to notice Yuji has almost no reaction to Sukuna's attacks. Tanking is an understatement. Bro, he might as well be throwing dirt at Yuji because he is not stopping at all. I have never seen Sukuna this stressed since Gojo almost blew him up. That's desperation in his eyes. And rightfully, Yuji gives him a decisive 6th black flash to the gut. Sukuna slashes Yuji with a point-blank cleave, however Yuji completely ate that up and socked that bum right in his jaw. This is his 7th black flash in Shinjuku and he has not let up so far. This utter embarrassment on Sukuna's part causes him to just completely crash out, and Sukuna is genuinely tweaking. Ino slams the weapon into his face while he's enraged, and he sets Yuji up for one clean attack, finally ending the chapter with an 8th consecutive black flash. The editor's note remarks Yuji became equal to Sukuna and has surpassed him, and I think we get the picture. Yuji is seriously going to take Sukuna down, and this was just beautiful because man, Sukuna Kaisen was a heck of a run, but I pray Yuji gets back on track. They questioned his potential as the MC, they called Yuji trash, they called him weak, but now finally Yuji can enter the final stage versus Sukuna, and there is so much more to be revealed. Realistically, I imagine Sukuna will manage somewhat and regain his footing in this fight. What kind of final villain would he be if he did not? However, now it's clear Yuji is our answer. In terms of power, narrative, hype, plot, whatever you call it, Yuji is our answer. And he is just getting started. But so is Sukuna. It would be the coldest thing ever if they used new aspects of the Shrine Curse technique like the fire arrow or other abilities. Yuji probably has his own tricks that Sukuna never even thought of. So now Yuji has reverse curse technique, soul strikes, insane cursed energy control, black flash, blood manipulation, and Sukuna's curse technique. Wow. I understand these feats are against a weakened Sukuna and Yuji is constantly nerfing him with every hit, but even with everyone else jumping this nerf Sukuna at full power, they still get mid-diff by a one-armed, half-dead Sukuna with a heart injury. You can't make this up. Yuji is incredible to have this much of an edge on Sukuna, and Yuji is entering that upper echelon of fighters in the series. Even Sukuna was pissed. However, it's thanks to everyone who helped Yuji along the way to reach this point now. This was an amazing chapter. Some things will change as officials come out. You already know the Viz team with John Weary are gonna make the mess with Kenjaku and Jin just all the more confusing as hell, but this was one of the best chapters for real. Definitely expect more coverage as more new info is revealed, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please comment below what you guys think will happen and everything going on with Yuji. But that being said, until next time, my brothers and sisters, bye-bye.